Good morning. So this will be the presentation for my BUP that I did for the company Duvel Moortgat Brewery in Hong Kong. The presentation will be divided in mainly in two parts. So first of all, the general information. So in other words, the environmental scan. There I will describe the company, its business, the products they offer, their service, their marketing strategy, how they are organized regarding the management and staffing. And the financial plan, I didn't receive any figures due to the confidentiality agreement that I signed, so they didn't want to share any financial details for the company. So this will be left out of the presentation and as well from the BUP. Then the second part will be about a business model generation, the key building blocks according to Oswald, and then I will finish with a little conclusion. So the company was founded in 1871 by Jan Leonard Moortgat and his wife. Nowadays it's still family owned for 100%. All the shares are in the hands of the family and is led by Michel Moortgat. The headquarters are in Puurs, and in total they have around 1,500 employees worldwide. Mainly they are located in Puurs in their headquarters, but a lot of them are as well in America. And they have a turnover of 230 million euros a year. They are the third largest brewer in Belgium. And a little fun fact, every second 4 duvels are consumed worldwide. They produce 1.2 million hectoliters a year, which is equal to 55,000 bottles an hour. They have 9 breweries in 4 different countries, and their portfolio includes many different brands such as Duvel, Vedette, Maritzu, La Chouffe, De Koning, Liefmans, Walker, Bernard, Belpils, and the rest. So their mission statement is the following. Driven by quality and passionate people, Duvel Moortgat is an independent family of authentic craft breweries determined to occupy a leading position in specialty beers. And while striving to achieve their mission of occupying a leading position in specialty beer, they emphasize on 4 main values that they carry that they find very, very, very important. Those are quality, passion, entrepreneurship, and integrity. So worldwide, the portfolio is exported to and sold in over 65 countries. In Hong Kong, all the import, distribution, sales, and brand building is done by a local distributor, which are their partner and where they collaborate very closely with them. It's for the region of Hong Kong and Macau. Then for the business plan, so 4 different scenarios will be considered before judging which way of doing business will deliver the highest return on investment on several assessment fields for the brewery. So what I did was an analysis, because now they work with the local distributor, with the partner, but they are not quite happy about it. Like for the sales and distribution, it's okay, but for the brand building, he's not doing a good job. So we will analyze 4 different scenarios which Duvel Moortgat can choose from, which would be better for their business and deliver a higher return on investment. So as you can see here on the image, it's the working between Duvel Moortgat and the Hong Kong partner. So you see all the activities that the Hong Kong partner is doing, the import, distribution, sales, and brand building. What Duvel Moortgat do is just they assist the partner and support in all fields of Duvel Moortgat related business activities of partner, and of course they brew the beer and they sell it to the partner. So the scenario 1 is a SS. So they will continue working with the partner, and everything will remain unchanged. The second scenario is to continuation of a cooperation with the Hong Kong partner for the import and distribution of the beer, because that he did a good job. But this means that Duvel Moortgat will take all other activities from the partner, and those include marketing, events, education, social media, everything about it. Scenario 3 is the same as 2, but with a new third-party logistics instead of the current one. Or scenario 4, Duvel Moortgat takes over all activities, but this is the less likely one. The first one will not be chosen because they are convinced that there is more potential in terms of value and brand building in this market, and that the current partner is not doing quite a good job. But the further analysis that is done in the business plan will be focused on Duvel Moortgat taking on the execution and management of all financial, sales, and marketing activities. So the important will be achieved by the current partner or a new third logistic partner. Highly depends on further meetings between Duvel Moortgat and its partner. Scenarios 3 and 4 will be considered, but they will have the same outcome. So the fact that the beers are already available in Hong Kong, there is one question: can and through the change in way of doing business will majorly add value to the brewery's product. So what would be that it would add an added value if they would change their doing how they do business at the moment. So here you have a list of the different activities that will create more value for Duvel Morgat. They hope that they will. For example, they will offer a higher and personal customer service in line with the value and norms of the brewery, having the presence of a brewery brand ambassador in the market, or obtaining closer control of the quality of the beers, have full control of the sales and marketing budgets. They hope that they will have the opportunity to be able to invest more. So because Duvel Morgat would be fully in control again. Um, so as you can see, those are the arguments that support the idea of changing from partner, and as you can see, they are quite important, and they will have major added value to the company in Hong Kong and Macau region. So by taking responsibility of a considerable amount of the value chain, Duvel Morgat is convinced that they will both increase value for the business operation in Hong Kong and thus for the brewery, but also and most importantly for the target consumer. Um, Product and service. So I will discuss a bit in which product they are and which what they do and which business. So they fully operate in the alcohol beverage industry within the niche market of the specialty beers for Duvel Morgat. In Hong Kong market, the Duvel Morgat beers are in competition with the imported beers in general. So, for example, from Neffe, from ABMF, or from local craft beers like Young Masters. It's quite a hype in Hong Kong, but as well in Asia for the local crafts to come up, and startups they pop up out of the ground easily. Yeah. So, as Duvel Morgat has always focused on the specialty beer segments, they can differentiate from other players with its high quality beers, so the top brew masters in the world, modern production facilities, expertise. They have a very strong brand, especially Duvel. This is seen as the reference specialty beer in the majority of the world. It's very popular in Asia, but as well as in America, North America. So they have a very wide portfolio of beers. Like I said, they have more than 9 breweries with different kind of beers. They acquire beers. And they have a very personal approach when doing business. It's a family and a family business. It's an authentic craft brewery, and they focus on their values, especially the values from the vision statement. So now the marketing strategy. So I did a little analysis from the industry of the Porter's Five Forces. So the threat of entry. The barriers are mainly the capital, strict health and safety rules, technical background, and know-how. So it takes a lot of time before being able to master the craftsmanship of brewing. But in general, the threat of entry is relatively low, because you can start brewing if you look if you look on the internet, you can find the knowledge to do it, but it takes a lot of time to have the know-how and technical background to achieve it, like Duvel Morgat has. The economies of scale are less decisive in specialty beer versus normal beer market, because they take a higher margin on the sales compared to the normal beer market. Specialty beer brewers often brew in smaller batches, focus on a niche consumer group, and can by result have an overall higher price setting than larger beer, as I said before. Hong Kong market barriers as well is very low, because there are no levy, import or excise taxes, and there is no VAT, which makes it very attractive for businesses to go and export to Hong Kong. But on the other hand, the local transportation and distribution, it's a very high cost as well for the warehouse cost. Everything is quite expensive in Hong Kong. The threat of substitutes. So this is considered higher because there is quite a lot of competition in the specialty beer market, but also there is a stronger beer. There is the presence of the larger beer or the local craft. The bargaining power of suppliers. This is very little for the reason because there is presence of so many brands in Hong Kong, and the large financial budgets the larger breweries are willing to invest in bars and restaurants. The bargaining power of buyer. Because there are so many brands who compete in the market, so Dubai has indirectly got some bargaining power, but not that much. In general, so from those aspects, we can conclude that the rivalry is rather high. The barriers to enter are low, but this is why it attracts many players and does increase competition by result. So given the buyers an indirect bargaining power and a wide range of substitute products between which they can shift their purchases. All of this makes it quite a market, like we say, so with a high competitive rivalry because it's a very attractive one, especially in Hong Kong due to the Levi taxes, VAT, excise duties, which is zero. Import regulations. So for in Hong Kong, it's very easy. It's a free port. There are no import quota. There is no tax, no custom tariffs, and the VAT is zero. The government implied no duties on alcohol from 2008, since 2008. And so this beer can enter Hong Kong freely without any additional duties. And as I said before, this makes it very attractive for brewers around the world. So um, who from so the target market analyzes which identifies and quantifies your customers. So Duvel Mocha target group subject to the brand you consider. So they will have a different target group for Vedette or a different target group for Duvel. But in general, they aim for people between 25 and 55 years old. But again, it depends. It really depends on the brand that the people are buying. Vedette will more be for younger people, Duvel more for older people. So it really depends. And due to the price positioning, consumer will most likely have some purchasing power because the beer are quite expensive, but they are very good. But to give you a little example, for the Vedette brand, they focus on reaching a consumer group that dare to speak for themselves, who are not seeking to vanish in the big grey mess, but who want to stand up for their ideas and who are creative in their own alternative, edgy way. You also see it from the Vedette brand, where there is very colorful, very hype, but it's as well very nice beer. And the high concentration and presence of the expats in Hong Kong markets, it's a big asset for the distribution target of Duvel Mocha because those expats, first of all, they have the purchasing power, and secondly, they come from Europe. They have already the brand awareness of Duvel over that. What? So Duvel Mocha aims to reach people who buy their beers for its quality, taste, and the consumer experience. So they aim to reach a group of people who appreciate the better things in life. You will not drink a Duvel just to drink one. You will really drink one. You will take your time. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy the taste. You will enjoy the quality, everything, and you will have a complete experience while drinking it. So which brands they consume depends on the people's specific taste and preference and the consumption moment. When? So the consumption moment per beer as well differs, depends on the brand. So, but the wide portfolio has the advantage that for every single consumption moment and environment, at least one beer can be chosen. For example, after a ski or at the beach, you will have different beers for according for the experience that you want. Rare, so Duvel Mozart is a very high quality beers, and so they aim to be sold as well in high-end bar restaurants and supermarkets and fancy hotels. Regarding the Hong Kong market, so Hong Kong can be divided geographically in three parts. So the new territories, Hong Kong Island and Kowloon. In the midterm, Duvel Mozart aims to have an increased presence in trendy districts, upcoming districts where a lot of expats go and young people such as Poho, Kennedy Town and Tin Hau on the island. Why? Consumers who want high quality specialty beers that are not mainstream look for Duvel Mozart beers. They will be sure that they will have a good value for their money. It's a very high quality beer. And the marketing enables consumers to experience a unique consumption moment. So now there will be three SWOT analysis, so which identifies your competitors, the strength and weaknesses, everything. The first SWOT, this one that you can see, is from a point of view that Duvel Mozart is positioned in the general specialty beer market. So their strength is their experience, know-how. They have established high-quality beers, strong brand loyalty, and mature markets such as Belgium, but France as well. Unique consumption experience. They have an innovative culture. It's also a strength that it's family-owned, that it's not on the stock market. So they can take this. Michel Mozart, the CEO, can take decisions and more anticipate to the market needs. They have the capital as well. The weaknesses is that all Belgian beers are brewed in Belgium. It's expensive. They have not their own sales team in all key markets, as well as in Hong Kong, and they have established an international brand awareness. But that is a part of their mission. Opportunities for them are that specialty beers market continues to grow. Business activities are very promising in Asia. It's a niche market, and there are a lot of local breweries that can be acquired for quite a reasonable, cheap price. Threat is the increased competition, of course, and especially the increased competition of local craft. This SWOT is, according to the point of view, is the current way of they are now doing business. So Duvel Motorrad collaboration with the local Hong Kong partner. So it's to see what the strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat is now that they are working with the local partner. So the strength for working with them that they using established distribution network of partner. Thanks to the partner, they have a regional manager who manages, but is not fully dedicated to Hong Kong. This is Mrs. Justine de Vlam. If there would be one fully dedicated to Hong Kong, that would have more time and energy for other Asian markets. It's a main mid-long term market present. So the weaknesses is the portfolio conflict, as well as say not 100% dedicated to the sales due to the fact they offer other products. Limited sales team with high employee turnover. Limited AMP budget. AMP budget, if you don't know, it's like the sort of marketing budget. So within AMP budget, they can, for example, buy, I don't know, sunglasses for their bars, little beer tips, t-shirts, hats, for everything. So and the not fully understanding of Duvel Motorrad beers values and long-term goals. That is from the local partner who thinks so. So the opportunity again is very promising in Asia, and there is a big target customer group that is still untargeted. The threat is that Duvel beers sales reach status quo or worse decline, image damage, strong competition of local and international brands. This SWOT is according if Duvel Motorrad would choose to rely on a partner or third party for logistic part only, this would be the SWOT for that way of doing business. So the strength would be optimized price strategy, regain control of the total supply chain, very important, and optimize portfolio management, wider and desired distribution, higher sales and marketing budget, and as well more competitive. Weaknesses would be that they would have a limited distribution network, they would do their edits on its own, limited number of FTE activities in Hong Kong, so the employees are working, and sales experience of regional manager. Opportunities would be that making Hong Kong a flagship market, influencing other Asian markets, confirm Duvel Motorrad values, so really create a brand equity and brand awareness in Hong Kong and build a loyal consumer group. The threat would be said that the previous partner actively counters Duvel Motorrad's actions. My apology. So now the marketing strategy, which explains how they will effectively market the product and serve to the target customer. So, as the management of the marketing budget will be fully controlled by Duvel Motorrad again, if they would stop working with the local partner, to reach the distribution and volume targets, a higher spendable budget will be invested. The marketing approach can be split into four domains. First of all, bars and restaurants, for example, installment of drop lines, offering sales deal, organizing events, and very important education and training of bar staff. Supermarkets, they would be targeting high-end supermarkets. So, for example, not the random Welcome, who is kind of low-end supermarket, if I may say so, in Hong Kong. Offering a specific portfolio, a strategic positioning of the beer. So, for example, highlight on the shelves with the colors, everything. And introducing sales increasing tools as neck hangers, soft toppers, organizing in-house tasting. According to the events, attending important beer-oriented events, for example, in LKF. In other words, Langwan Fine Beer Festival or Beertopia. And also very important nowadays, social media, of course. So with the social media, we'll be able to target their goal consumer and especially the younger ones, as well as the expats, and organizing consumer win actions. So all of this would be like kind of the ideas for the marketing they would do if they would stop working with the partner and do it on their own for the sales distributions and especially the marketing in the different bars, supermarkets, events, and social media. So management and staffing of the company. As I said, Michel Mourtgat is the CEO. The Chief Operating Officer is Mr. Daniel Krug. Then they have underneath an export director, Mr. Vincent Smens, and then there is in Hong Kong the regional export manager, Ms. Justine de Vlam, finance manager, Ms. Lucien Lam, and then they have, of course, an administrative back office in Belgium. Like I said, they employ 1,500 people worldwide. So what can be difficult to attract people and or that the people would leave? And Hong Kong, it's that they speak Cantonese there. In China, they speak Mandarin, so it's very difficult to find people that speak Cantonese. But more importantly, if you would find local people that speak Cantonese and you will hire them, especially Duvel Motor, will they understand the values of the company from in Belgium? So will they perform their job while thinking and while acting according to the values of the company? Like I said, difficult to understand the company culture. Now, the part two, so the business model generation. So the customer segment. As I said, Duvel Moortgat is aiming to reach customers between 25 and 55 years old who can appreciate better taste in life and are willing to pay a premium price for their products. But in Hong Kong, they will aim for the expats because expats will probably have a higher purchasing power. And which customer segment depends on the brand. Value proposition. The value proposition, so that Duvel Moortgat wants to deliver to its customer, is they want to fulfill the need of having a premium, high quality specialty beer in a setting that makes you enjoy the moment of a consumption to the fullest. So they really want that you have an experience while drinking it. Whether if you drink a beer in Hong Kong or in New York or in Belgium, Brussels, they want that you want to have always the same experience, the same quality, and that there is no difference always. So every employee that is hired becomes a trained and educated beer ambassador. That is really important to transform the values according towards the outside world. So reflect and put forward the values of DM and its specialty beers. So driven by quality and passionate people, Duvel Moortgat wants to maintain the image of being unique, high-quality, premium specialty beer brewery while striving to occupy a leading position in specialty beers in the world. So you see, this is according to the mission statement. The channels that they use, so they sell it specialty beer in high-end bars, restaurants, hotels, supermarkets, and in trendy and charitable places. There are two types of channels used: direct and indirect channels. So to come back, the direct channels are used for the wholesale distribution, for example, Deleuze and Colruyt here in Belgium, sub-distributors and events. Indirect channels are used for the export. For the export in Hong Kong, they are opting to choose for a direct distribution channel. Customer relationship. So the relationship is very strong between Duvel Moortgat and its customers. So because they position itself as a premium brand, unique and high quality beer, and so just want to deliver premium beer and service. Like I said, whenever you drink a beer, you want to have the same experience and the same quality. They focus, it's very important, and this I want to emphasize, quality over quantity. They prefer to have the quality than the quantity. If they would sell in a market and the sales would boost in a restaurant, they would make a lot of money, but the quantity, how they serve the beer, like not the right temperature, they will directly stop collaborate with this person. Um, Marketing, unique brand equity. So the marketing, they are very known for their marketing, Duvel Moortgat, and they want to create a unique brand equity, like I said. The key resources, there are a lot of them. So the marketing department is one of the greatest assets of the company. Financial assets, well managed by the CEO. Physical assets, for example, the production plant. Of course, the employees. Without employees, the company cannot be anything. The know-how, skills, and experience of the craft beer, and a combination and good use of those key resources are a must for Duvel Moortgat if they want to continue to operate efficiently and effectively. The key activities. So the key activities create value for its customers and maintain its customer relationship. They want to deliver a high quality special beer is Duvel Moortgat's focus. Duvel Moortgat's key activity lies in its carefully carried out production process, distribution network, marketing, and sale. They have so it's everything from the production process to the marketing and sale. Like I said, it works very closely together and very efficiently and effectively. And they have to be able to do that if they want to deliver those unique and high quality beers. Key partnerships. So for the import, distribution, and sales in over 65 countries, markets, they rely on their partners. Partners are carefully chosen because they have to reflect the values of Duvel Moortgat. For the suppliers and other key partners are the suppliers for the raw materials, the production plant, building company, the point of sales, material suppliers, financial institutions, and external consultants. Regarding the cost structure, so the brewery is not focused on cost minimizing but on value creation and might therefore make costs that other companies would not. Of course, every business has to be operated efficiently and effectively if they want to continue to exist and expand. This is no different with Duvel Moortgat, but like I said, quality over quantity. The cost structure can be divided into fixed and variable costs. But to be able to anticipate the most, Duvel Moortgat tries to keep its variable cost as steady as possible. But Duvel Moortgat has the disadvantage that they are not able to make great use of economies of scale compared to larger breweries as AB and Bev. But they take a harder margin on the bill, like I said before. The fixed costs include salaries, office building, warehouse, production plant, and textile, and the variable cost includes the production, raw materials, employee training, financial claims, distribution. From an export point of view, the variable costs are the POS, so the promotion material, AMP budget, and travel expenses. So here you have the business model canvas. As you can see, there are the key part and key activities. That is what I said, but more structured in a better way. So key partners, suppliers, financial institution, consultants, logistic partners, local import, distribution, sub-distribution. For the revenue streams, again, my apology for this, but due to the confidentiality agreement, they didn't want to share those details and those figures with me. So I hope this will not be a problem. But for as the whole business model canvas is a good overview of what I said before. And again, I would like to say that Duvel Moortgat really aims for the quality they want to deliver. It's they focus on for everything. It's quality and the relation with the customer. They really want to create an experience where you drink your beer, and wherever you will drink it, you will have the same beer. For example, ABM, when they transport their beers, they transport it by containers that are not refrigerated, that are just like normal. But Duvel Moortgat, when they transport their beer, for example, to Hong Kong, they use freezer containers, so that can be controlled, the temperature control. This is very important if the quality of the beer remains wants to remain the same quality. But it's very expensive. But yet again, quality over quantity. I thank you very much for the listening. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation and that you learned something more about Duvel Moortgat as a company in general, but as well from the business. Now, of course, the business plan had to have an outlook, but as the four scenarios that we opted for, probably the scenario 3, like I said before, will be chosen. Now they are still in discussion with the current partner, and other partners still analyzing from financial point of view, so I cannot yet give you a response of the conclusion and of the how it will be ended, the business plan, and which scenario they will consolidate would only be for after the summer holiday. But probably they will take scenario 3, that is, they will continue of cooperation with a Hong Kong partner for the import and distribution of the beer, but with another partner probably. But this means that Duvel Moortgat will take over all other activities from Hong Kong partner, marketing events including and everything. So thank you.